Vipi majamaa. Imekuwa fiti sana. Nimebambika sana kuwaona. Na mimi nafurahia sana najua tabambika kwa hisho. Basi leo tuko na topic moja safi sana. Na tutakuwa tuna concentrate kwa wale wase wenye wanajua stunts, yani mkiwatch movie mnafikiria actor akiwa kwa set anakuwa na hiyo knowledge peke yake. Si knowledge yake peke yake. Kuna wase wenye kwa pale nyuma ambao ndio mfanya hiyo job. Yani msee anaweza kuwa anajua taekwondo, anajua martial arts, anajua everything, anajua somersault and everything. And Kenyan industry imekuwa ikigrow sana of late, na mmekuwa mkiwatch movies deadly, crime and justice, mpakani, shows zinapigwa deadly, unapata yani wase wanapiga show fiti sana na mnafikiria ni actors peke yake ndio wanafanya hiyo job ama director. Kuna some people wanakuanga behind the scene na wamekuwa wakifanya hii job for quite a long time, and these guys are professionals. They are called stunts men and women, na wanapiga show safi sana, and one of them is here with us tonight. Jamaa amekuwa akifanya job fiti sana, a professional in this field, na not only in Kenya, East and Central Africa, all over the world amekuwa akizunguka akifanya hii job, the one and only Mickey. Buda.
Niaje Daggie.
Poa sana. Hata before tuongee, weka hapo. Sawa. Bila kupoteza wakati, wacha tuingie kwa maswali. Now you realize you're in the hot seat, Buda, si ndio?
Right.
Kwanza hebu jibambe uweke hiyo sound ndio sound good. Unajua issue ukishaka hapo tuna go straight to the point. Sawa.
Tufanye kitu.
So on to the serious business. Mickey, tell me, how does personal belief system influence your approach to creating and executing dangerous stunts?
My personal belief system. Well, I guess personal belief system yangu ina go with belief in God, belief in oneself. Kufanya stunts inabidi ujiamini, inabidi ujichoche. Sometimes vitu tunafanya zina fall kidogo on the scale ya danger.
Okay.
So do proper preparation, jipange fiti, believe in God that everything will work well, ka umejisort. I guess that's my system.
Fiti bra. And tukiendelea, can you share a moment where your faith was tested on set, doing a stance, and how did you handle it?
That's a good question. Faith being tested on set. Wow.
Yani for example, kuna stunt yenye ushaembo uko na inaenda.
See, that's the thing. See, normally tukiongea kuhusu kutest your faith, ile situation you only hope something will work. Unajua, especially when you're doing something that is a fast.
Okay.
Of course, you do your rehearsal and everything, but we know things happen on set. We know accidents happen on set. So tukiongea kuhusu kutest faith ni hiyo tu, that hope that I hope everything will go well vile tumeipanga. And so far it's been good.
Okay.
Hata kama at that point ninaweza sema nimefika hiyo point, so far so good. Vitu zili work. I've really never had a mishap on set.
Right. That is good. That shows positivity,
Mazee, na kila day unaishi tu ukihope kuendelea kuwa positive. Try to be the best that you can every day. Yep.
All right. And in your opinion, does the pursuit of creating bigger and more dangerous stunts have a deeper purpose or meaning beyond just entertainment?
Well, life spans from the whole idea of you doing what you love. My mantra is do what you love what you do. So it'll depend, I guess, na what your plan in life is, what you're trying to achieve. For me, I want to do great things in film. I love film. I've had an opportunity to pioneer a few things as far as stunts is concerned from where I'm from. Okay. So but tujafanya stunts for long.
Okay.
So ukipata opportunity ya kupush a whole department, and of course ni unajua ni challenge unajiwekea, ni mzigo unajiwekea because unafeel unaweza handle na kitu unapenda, inakupa opportunity ya ku research into it na ku make it possible for whoever comes after you.
Okay.
So other than making a living out of it, what do you want? Unajua sisi ma stuntmen tunatambua mtu kama Jackie Chan kwa nini ame break barriers mob. Wase wengi walikuwa wana associate for example stunts na action.
Okay.
Jackie Chan akakuonesha style yake ni different, ni comedy. If you notice, he doesn't even really kill people in his movies because wase wengi wame relate action to such extremism, kifo and such things. So it's all about what do you want to achieve. I want to be a good stunt coordinator. I want to break boundaries. I want us to start doing things that tunaonaga Hollywood tunadhani ni ngumu. Because the fact that umeiona inamaanisha it's possible. Useme ni ngumu, ndio ni ngumu, but you know, great men do great things, man.
Okay.
Be great.
That's good. That's good. And how do you view, let's say, like, we can discuss the time when a stunt goes wrong. How do you learn from it, or what's your experience of both professionally and personally?
Well, you always hope a stunt will not go wrong,
Okay.
for one. That is where we try to emphasize on proper preparation. But then again, things happen on set. There are some things that normally are hard to forecast, kama weather. Unaona, tunapanga kufanya fight scene, alafu kunanyesha. And maybe this fight scene was supposed to happen on a rooftop. Now we are talking about a slippery rooftop. So now alafu unajua there are very many factors to bring in. Tukianza kudiscuss, tungoje rooftop ikauke, tunapoteza time. And you know, on film set, money goes by the minute, right? Tukisema tutafute njia ya dry the rooftop, we might be digging into the budget, right?
Yeah.
So we have scenarios that happen that might have you change a few things on set, whether you like it or not, so long as you're trying to achieve what you wanted to achieve at the end of the day.
Okay.
So when a mishap happens, you kind of have to deal with it the best that you can. We know it's something that happens quite a lot. We've seen people die on set, right? So isikuwe ati ni kitu itakutingiza hadi uache kupasi shughuli. I'm not saying ati watu wakufe, but tuendelee tu na kazi.
Yeah.
When you are getting to, if it gets to that, you know, you handle it appropriately.
Oh, okay.
If you need to stop what you're doing, you stop what you're doing. Like kind of, for example, how siuchunga the main actor so much because akiumia ata halt production yote.
True.
Stuntman akiumia, we can change a stuntman. Unaona. And it's part of the job. When you're coming into the job, you know it's part of the job.
Wow.
So you learn to handle things pole pole moving forward. Of course, hoping that in ile kitu yenye unasemaga tunaomba mtu asikufe ati ndo tu learn vile tutadeal nayo msee akikufa. Unajua, you can, ni kama kulipa insurance. You don't go pay insurance hoping like I can't wait to get into an accident. Una get kana sema. So if anything happens on set, we take it in tow. Vile tu inakaa pole pole with full hope that we don't really need to get to that level.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you see the relationship between creativity, risk-taking, and spiritual growth in the context of your work?
When you talk about spiritual growth, I think it's something very individual.
Okay.
You know, I will go back to what I had said before. Okay. It's more like a belief system. Belief in oneself, belief in oneself, belief in a higher being, whatever deities you want to look at, right? We have different religions. We're in a different world, Sai. Okay. We have very different systems of belief.
Okay.
So on an individual basis, umejipangaje? Una get, it depends. Kama unatumia belief system yako kupush kenye unapush, you might look at it like kuna mtu mwenye anaangalia stance from a very different perspective. There are people who look at it as very violent. Someone else will look at it as a necessity, because film is a reflection of real life.
True.
We are literally talking about places like Ukraine and Russia where guys are fighting right now. So let us not get into film tuanze kuangalia stunt from a negative side, na kwa filamu usiwaga tu tuna reflect reality. You know, even when you're doing fiction, it's stories that have been brought up, you know. Na unajua nikikupigia story ukipiga kwa akili you kind of
visualize.
By visualizing it, you're kind of bringing it to life.
Yeah.
So it's just a reflection of what happens in life.
So I want you to tell us, maybe for the viewers out there who don't know this, I want you to answer this question so that they may be able to understand. How do you handle the fear and uncertainty that comes with planning and executing dangerous stunts? And how does that play into your spiritual and philosophical belief?
Daggie, uko na maswali ngumu. Unaongea mingi,
swali
zako ni ngumu kwa
kama ni ngumu pia. Kama ni ngumu pia.
Kama hiyo swali umeuliza before hata sijui kama nimekujibu vizuri.
Ilikuwa tu sawa.
So sorry, ati umesema?
How do you handle fear when it comes to the uncertainty in planning and executing dangerous stunts?
Right.
Tuachie hapo.
Planning. Rehearsal. Understand and accept the chances that something might go wrong, so that psychologically you prepare for anything that might go wrong, and then execute your stunt.
Let's say, for example, umepata an actor who is let's say like a slower learner, there'll be that kind of actor on set, and maybe there's that scene that you are like easy stunts ni tactical, they're very technical. So how do you handle the fear that
so for him to tackle
rolling
at stage 2, remember he said planning stage 1, rehearsal stage 2, okay? The understanding and acceptance of the fact that there might be a risk, which should be the reason why to tackle safety. For example, there's always a medic on set. Okay? Medic ni ka insurance. They will be paid. But hausikii uchungu ya kumlipa ati cause unasema acha mtu aumie ndo tuone ukifanya kazi so that it justifies why you're here. Unaona? So having the medic on set is the stage 3. We understand what we are doing might go south there, so we are trying to handle that risk. And then stage 4 ni execution. For an actor who has a challenge in learning a few things, we tackle it during rehearsal. So as you can tell, rehearsal is very, very important, because sometimes once you do the assessment, which is normally done between a day to 3 days or a week, depending on what you're doing, I should be able to tell, I can work with Daggie for a week. I should be able to perform this and this and this, because stunts is very broad. Sometimes it comes from mse kutegwa na ndizi ya anguke, which is something that we see quite a lot in film, right? But the stunt in itself is not easy, because if you have to slip and fall on concrete, if you're doing a wide shot, then you're talking about padding up that particular person. If it's a main cast, you have to be, you know, kind of more careful with them, because stuntman anafaa kuwa ametrain kufanya hizi vitu. Unaona? Usisahau stuntmen are also expendable. It's part of the job. Simanishi ati you are a lesser person, you get.
So nobody is let's say like nobody is safe. Is that what you can say?
No. You don't say nobody is safe, because if you think about it, mse akikwambia ati hii side ni safe na hii side sio safe, you don't go to that side willingly. Hizi vitu ni calculated. Unajua. Soldiers, people in the disciplined forces, they are more well equipped to thrive in dangerous situations, because we believe they are well equipped to do that. A stuntman is well equipped to thrive in those situations. A film zenye tunasema ni dangerous, you know, tunaona mtu anagongwa na gari inafanywa na stuntman, unaona mtu anafanya high fall inafanywa na stuntman, because I'm trained. Hata si tunaona tunashtukaga set tukiona msee anafanya scene ya so much emotion ati analia tu from nowhere. Waga like
I understand.
So una have to understand like it's cause uko sawa kwa hiyo scenario, hiyo ndio kitu umeivisha. Cheza mali yako. That's why we have stuntsmen. Unaona, kama msanii angekuwa anaweza kufanya kila kitu, they wouldn't need us. Unaona. But sasa unataka msanii mwenye anaweza toa emotions hivyo na bado akue badass, apige flip, kick, aruke. So that's why you need.
Okay. Moving forward swiftly. How do you think the art of stunt coordination and direction is evolving in the age of CGI and advanced technology?
Well, CGI has definitely made it easier to do a lot of things. Right now they are creating universes, man, like Marvel. Wame to show these people are making movies kwa hanga inside a room. And once you watch the movie, it's in out of space. Like when you're talking about the irony of space. Haikushutiwa nje ati kwa field. Ilishutiwa kwa room. Even if it's a big room, you know, the houses can only be so big, right? But then ukienda kuiwatch wasawa wana fly ma spaceship and all that. So of course technology imeza ku create visuals out of vitu tu before zilikuwa tricky. Ukiona kina Star Trek, you know, walikuwa tumia the small Star Trek, sorry. Which na niki confuse Star Trek, Star Wars, nini. Wanakwaga they used to use the models. Umsana like kwa meza, alafu anatengeza kasiti, and then they shoot it inakasasa ni kama nini. Basa unaona sasa ni different. Unaona. Particularly the last movie Thor, the fourth one. They created some other new technology whereby unaona before inawaga tu green screen. Ukiona behind the scenes unatusikitu it is a blue screen ama green screen. So the actor kind of, which if you think about it, it's more challenging because ni vitu yenye maybe side yetu maybe wase wengi hawajafanya for long. Like unaingia kwa room, unapata room yote ni green. So you have to create things in your head to react to. Other than the actor, if this room is supposed to be a desert na ni CGI, una have kuvisualize hiyo mchanga nini but sasa unaona in Thor they had this technology where walitumia screens.
Okay.
Unaona? So if you're supposed to be in a forest, you see the trees, so it's easier for you and you could tell the actors on Asama it was way easier to work in that environment because it feeds you much well. So definitely technology makes it easier even in stunts. Before watu wakianza tukiongea kitu kama harness work, unaga kwa movie vile mso upigwa ngumi na superhero anarushwa 5 rooms aside, hiyo unaga tumekuvuta na cable, so unaona. Sasa hii technology inafanya vitu zinago more mechanical such that you just press a button. Before if I was to pull you I can't do it myself. Unaona, siwezi kuvuta nikiwa peke yangu na ikati nikao umerushwa na mtu. I may need 3 other guys. Sai kuna machine tu ina calibrate weight yako, ina calibrate distance, wakisema action tip. So unapata with such things, it's mathematics wise it's easier to calculate things to a T. Nataka Daggie avute from point A to point B. Tukikuvuta na nguvu yangu na yake, it's different na machine because the machine has exact figures. True. And of course technology, cameras, being able to shoot 3D, being able to shoot movement easily, things like the gimbals that can be able to do crazy one take, which is amazing for stunts and fight choreographies. So definitely as a technology
idea sana. Oh, that is very good. So also tell me, what's the biggest challenge you've ever had when it comes to choreography of stunts on set?
Basically, if I don't get an opportunity to work with stuntmen, my creativity is normally to some extent limited to by the ability of the actors. What I mean is sina chance ya kutumia stunt doubles. Na time is another thing. Time will literally determine can tutaweza kuachieve A, B, C or D. Let me give you an example. Nakuja set napatana na Daggie na Miki. Daggie is very fit, Miki is very unfit, and I'm supposed to create a fight choreography between the two of you. Tukianza choreo, Miki anachoka haraka,
energies,
unaona. So ndo maana nasema the first thing that happens inakuwa assessment.
Okay.
So unatel I might need some more time with this person, I might need some more time with this person.
Can you also say that the Kenyan industry has limited stuntsmen when it comes to choreography, because you realize that sometime maybe you don't have enough time to train the actors, and so how do you go about
specifically with the Kenyan industry? I think I know budget matters. I really know, like without budget you're not doing anything in the first place. I think people need to find a balance between preparation na budget, because again stunts ni kitu relatively mpya in our industry, especially considering vitu tumekuwa tukifanya kutoka 2020 ni relatively new. Naweza sema kutoka 2020 we've had a lot more projects that are stunts inclusive than before. Unaona, sasa tuko na vitu crazy, tuko na Count 49, Crime and Justice, tuko na Pepeta, vitu crazy, Mission to Rescue, Mpakani. Vitu zenye before hazikuwa zinafanywa sana.
True. Do you know, you've opened a lot of people's eyes when talking more about stunts and the process when it comes to executing them and having them on set. So you can probably share the memorable, groundbreaking stunt that you've ever coordinated or directed, and what made it so special?
I think the most special ones are the first times. When you get to do a challenge for the first time, because kuna ile, will it work? There's always that question at the back of your mind. If it's something that's leaning a bit more to the risky side, whereby if you don't do it properly you might actually injure someone. True. That is another factor. Like for example, I've done the first time I did a reaction to an explosion. So tuna harness mse, so that it was a car that was exploding. So we harnessed, actually no, that was the second one. The first one was building exploding, tumepigwa na missile. So it was supposed to be a huge blast because it's a missile from a jet fighter. Unaona. So jamaa alikuwa anarushwa a considerable distance. The director had decided we want to shoot it in wide so that we see how he flies across frame. So for me that was a challenge.
Okay.
Because again, it was the first time I'm getting to do it. Of course, by the time I'm doing it, I've done proper research and everything, but then you're in it.
Now you're doing the practical.
Kaende, unaona. So it's memorable because iliweza maze. It was an amazing project, particularly. Challenges zake zilikuwa, it was a soldier, so he's armed. Jambe by M4 ni bunduki mzito bana. And
the weight.
Yes. And his military wear, you know, he has a side piece, you know. So hata akigonga grao kuna kitu anaweza angukia vibaya if he doesn't do it right. Yes. And because it's a wide shot,
you have to get it.
Tulimwangusha place yenye kulikuwa na mchanga mob. Hatungemwekea crash mat ndio isionekane.
Wow.
Like I remember it was so surreal. The first time tulimvuta, he was so in character. Cause hata yeye sasa alikuwa zile za unajua amesema hapo tukimwambia pale ndo unalanda kwa like so vile tulivuta mara ya kwanza, he was so into character. He didn't break character after the stunt. So everybody thought he was injured. Hadi director mwenyewe akasahau kuyel cut, akaingia kwa frame akaenda kumwangalia ndo akasema so hiyo pia ikatupatia confidence.
True.
Unaona?
That's good.
So by the time we're going for one for safety, na iliweza maze, it was. And then pia project ikitoka uone vile wase wamerelate nayo. So hey, you actually happen aje uko like job well done.
That's a good job. Wow, that's very fascinating. I'd love to see that one day on set. So tell me, how do you collaborate with other departments such as special effects, camera and sound to create the seamless and impactful stunts on a scene?
It's very important. Film is a collective purpose. You cannot work alone. I can literally tell you something I do with every department that's involved, even catering. Because kama mimi na wewe tumeenda kushoot kitu for 3 months kwa kichaka, I might need to start looking at your diet because of your fitness reasons.
True.
No. When it goes to makeup and SFX and wardrobe, in some instances, for example, I need to pad you up for safety. So I might need to go to wardrobe to tell them, whatever Daggie anavaa, I might need another jacket that looks the same but a bigger size. So that akivaa hizo back protector na elbow pads, zisionekane. You see? Because most of the time when you're doing a stunt, and stunts involves movement. When someone is moving, it's very hard for you to tell those. Unaona? So yeye nikikuvalisha jacket mbili tofauti, same jacket but do different sizes and you're just sitting, someone can tell easy jakoni mbili size different. But if you're moving and jumping and fighting and falling, it's not easy to tell.
Okay.
Unaona? So with wardrobe there's that. With makeup, we have to understand like the scarring and what goes to the face and what not. It has to go hand in hand with the choreography. So they have to know the choreo. They have at least to know you need a scar to the face. That should explain the part of the choreo you got hit in the face, or you got stabbed, you know, whether it's a cut or a slash or you know what I mean.
Okay.
With the camera, it helps to have the camera department understand what we're shooting. First of all, to save time, because shooting stunts is very technical. It takes quite a lot of time. But if they know that we're doing this and this and this, so you get in set well prepared. If you're doing a one take, you want to make sure that everybody's at the right place at the right time. So to some extent, sometimes you kind of have to work with the camera department even when you are rehearsing.
Wow.
If you're not going to involve them when you're rehearsing, there's something we call a previs. So a previs is a pre-visual.
Okay.
It's a concept that of a fight scene that you want to show the DOP, the director. It goes even to the editors.
Okay.
Because as a fight choreographer, si mimi ndo napiga hiyo fight scene vile inafaa ikae.
In your mind.
And of course naangalia saa zingine from the perspective of the audience. So nikaa naangalia TV vile kulienda hivi. Kumaanisha lazima kwa kichwa ni make edits.
Wow.
Because unaona by the time kwa TV it's a final product.
True.
Unaona? So ninataka hii take ionekane kutoka hii side, then maybe nataka ujamaa a react, then na. Then again it's a collective purpose. So the DOP akiwa na idea vile tunaweza hii tunasikiza, that's why he's a DOP, unajua director nini because again the film is his story at the end of the day.
So you both have to coordinate.
So you know, all in all kabisa it's lazima work na wase. Wezi work to art. One of the most important departments that I get to work with is art.
Okay.
Right? Because when I talk about props, ni art. Naona. when you're even like literally when you're trying to create scenarios for stunts, yeah, art lazima wako involved, because sometimes we're trying to build a house, which is part of kazi ya art kufanya, but then we want to do a bit of stunt work uko juu, meaning art has to make sure whatever they're building is stable enough to handle what we are doing. Naona, so you really have to work hand in hand.
Okay. So Mickey, how do you think the role of stunt coordinator and directors will change in future, and how are you preparing for these changes?
I don't think the roles will change. I just think the projects will be bigger. In Hollywood, for example, productions zao ziwaga bigi, unapata stunt coordinator wanamuita second unit director. Mostly because he's the one who creates the stunts. You know how a film is the vision of the director? To that point of the angles and everything, you know, it's kind of like vile naweza kupigia story. Everything that I'm telling you is my vision. Vile naipiga ndo na speak out. Una get? So second unit directing inakwaga stunts, but isn't because of budget inakwaga kubwa. You know, it's not in every project, even in Hollywood. So it's not about our roles changing. It's just us, as we keep on growing in the industry, we then start taking up bigger projects. And of course, the bigger the project, you get something to learn from that. So you carry that with you. So it's to progressional to endelea to grow.
Sawa. And maybe you can tell us about your imagination. How do you use your imagination to convince a plan of stunt, and how do you push the boundaries of what has been done already?
Well, by constantly trying to again by constantly trying to do better, constantly trying to do yourself. Trying to do better in regards to every department, right? We could work with better, we could do better in regards to wardrobe. We could, you know, sometimes when I talk about stunts, funny thing is the hardest person, the person who gets it the worst on set is ladies. Sometimes mazengo zao hazikubali wakuwe padded up vile inafaa. If I'm doing a formal scene where guys are going out for a formal party, wanaume amevaa suti bana, dema amevaa nini?
Dress labda.
Imemfunika mikono, elbows. Hiyo dress imemfunika mgongo ama mgongo zingine ni open. So unapata ni hard. Unaona? If you're doing takes, you might now need to do close takes, at least to make a crash mat, fall on frame, nini, cause stunts ni amazing, bro. Kuna makraka ukunje, kuna so amejiamini. A lot of people who get into the stunts industry come from a background of martial arts and such things. So jamaa mezoea kugongwa. I'm just going to put it like that. Like, unaona, there are some stunts like mse who decide. That's why nasemaga mina believe do what you love what you do. Because kuna mtoto nayo ni wazimu maze. How the hell do you do that? You understand? The harnesses, sometimes you have to go to the chiropractor bana akufinye kidogo, because our job is very physical. You know, we are humans. Wear and tear is something that happens, and you get injured the same way sportsmen get injured during training. Unajua watu waumiagi tu saa zile unacheza game, even during training, because if you think about it, you actually push yourself most during training. True. So when are you getting stronger? In the gym. You're not getting stronger on set, bro. You're getting stronger in the gym. That's why you're pushing yourself. Hapo ndo uta-pull muscle, unajua. Hapo ndo uta-twist kitu, ama saa zile unafanya fight choreography. It happens on set because people get tired. You get tired, you become sloppy. Wow. That's great. What role do dreams and subconscious experience play in your creative process when designing stunts? I don't thrive on the realm of subconscious manenos. Nah, that's not me.
Wewe ni mtu wa reality.
Ni mtu reality, bro.
Hapo sawa. At least that gives confidence to the people who are coming to train.
I hope so.
Mtu akiona, umse ni ndoto. I had a vision.
Stambui ndoto.
Now I get you. Your question is tricky. And you know some guys will be watching it just to make sure that umse ni mse upright.
But pia unajua ina depend vile unaiangalia, because tukisema dreams, unajua ile I have a dream. Kuna mse aspirations zake, unajua kuna ndoto zile umeota na kuna zile ndoto unaziona mbele. So kuna mse mwenye ndoto zake za mbele zinampush hadi kwenye anafika. So it depends on, unajua, it depends on an individual, I guess.
Sawa basi. There's a question I asked you, and you talk about how you visualize set and how the stunts are going to be. Or now maybe you can tell us how do you use your visualization and positive affirmation to help you overcome fear and mental blocks while performing stunts? Unajua kuna some during this time you think
I deal
a lot.
with all that through preparation.
Okay.
Preparation.
Yeah.
Preparation gives you proof. There are people who get very worried. Someone is doing something for the first time, and unajua binadamu natural reaction ya kitu wenye ujui inakuwaga fear or anger. Unaona? That is why ukiona kitu kwa giza na ujui ni nini, either uta get defensive, ukuwe ready kupigana, ama uingie maji ukuwe ready kuhepa. Au utakaa tu ati let me find out what this is. Una get? So prepare because remember, you're not doing this alone. I'm the coordinator. The person who's actually supposed to be falling might be my stuntman or even the main cast themselves.
Okay.
Kama yeye mwenyewe ako na wasiwasi, it will affect performance. You understand? So through preparation, they get to understand that it's possible.
Wow.
And then you go for it.
Wonderful.
I don't like focusing sana na hizi stories, psychological, anger, what, no.
Okay. And can you tell us maybe how do you measure success of your work when it comes to simply completing stunts safely and effectively?
Simply a job well done.
A job well done.
A job well done because I focus on safety. Right? I focus on safety, and when I get on set, by the time I'm with you on set, bro, we've already had this discussion of how much money I'm going to charge you, what we will need for this and that. So that's done.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
We're now on set trying to make a project work.
Okay.
So if that works, that's a success.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know, I've realized that of late having these let's say like blockbusters kind of films, people have started getting into stunts for various reasons. Or maybe I just wanted you to tell us specifically, according to you, what role does the idea of legacy play in your work as a stunt coordinator, and how do you hope to be remembered in this industry?
I think legacy plays a great role because I had said before, I got into stunts because it's something that I love, and life is all about creating purpose. You understand? It's once you get a chance to do what you love. You know, I keep on saying, do what you love what you do.
Yeah.
Life ekwagi fair, bro. You see. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant alisemaga, people who are lucky in the world are people who find something that they love. Because when you find something that you love, nikambiaga wanaume nikakukatia dem. If you genuinely love a mama, atakukataa, uhangaike, mabeshte zako wakuchekelee. Like you'll go through so much hassle because you love that. Ni same na job. Have you not heard of people who complain a lot about their job? No, msee analipwa fiti. Hadi uko like, hey, mimi nikipata kazi hata siwezi ongea. If life takes you to a place where you are forced to love what you do, it's that scenario where niko na hii job, mimi nafanya kazi ya 9 to 5. But inani bore, siko happy, me I'm a singer, I'm a painter, I'm an editor.
Sipendi.
Unaona, so ukijipata hiyo situation but you have responsibilities like taking care of your kids or your parents or whatever you're doing, learn to love that job. That job is what is literally sustaining you. Then kuna umse mwingine ku get opportunity ya could do what they love. But for most of us, especially those of us in the creative industry, you do what you love, you're not making money from it.
Yeah, but we still do it.
Unaona, now you have to find a way to love it because that is what gives you joy. Inakutoa this stress ya kusota once in a while.
True. So, having these films coming yearly, annually, we have these films, and there are so many people. I've interacted with so many people who are actors and actresses who are so fascinated with these films and they want to get into it. And I just want you to paint the picture. If somebody wants to be, let's say, like have that scene, let's say like a fighting scene, and has to be prepared for it. So I want you to give exactly the clear picture to those who want to venture into, let's say, like blockbuster martial arts, what they need, or how are you going to have them in that session so that they could get to that level whereby they are good on set, they are fit on set to do this?
Preparation starts from an individual point. Most of the time I don't get productions that will give me a budget or the time to train someone to be a master.
Okay.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
So if I get someone who's fit, it's easier for me.
Yeah.
So kuna hizi vitu unaweza fanya wewe peke yako. There are some things you can do by yourself before you get to me. You might not be a martial artist, but how fit are you?
Yeah.
You see, because by the time you're starting to do the choreography, you're already tired when you're doing a warm-up. We are warming up, you're tired.
Yeah.
So in my head I know by the time I do this day one, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday tutakuwa tunakudrag out of bed because you're going to have so much lactic acid, you're going to be in hell physically. You understand?
Yeah.
So you put all things into perspective. Work on your fitness. Because it's just you. You know, either you learn to wake up in the morning, go for a morning run, ruka kamba, go to the gym. You see, pole pole you start meeting me halfway.
Yeah.
You see, some projects we've done, they were very tasking.
Okay.
They required a lot of physical fitness. Something as simple as, you know, we've done military movies, yeah? These guys were required to carry the guns most of the time when we were shooting. These rifles are heavy. After a while unasikia mtu anasema, you know, when you are done, when you've wrapped for the day, guys are chilling, unasikia, hey, bega yangu bro, nini, might need msea ni kande hapa. Unarealize yote ni unfitness maze. Cause hajazoea. He's an actor, he's not a soldier. He has not conditioned to such, you know, you unamforce afanye hivyo for 60 days. So at some point pia mwili itaanza kumwambia, hey my friend. I remember when guys went for weapons training for mission to rescue, yeah?
Okay.
After some time, a lot of us had wrist problems because for the first time mtu anakufunza kushika bunduki na mkono moja. See, if I'm holding a rifle, say daily I will hold a rifle like this. This is my trigger hand. Kwenye kidole ya trigger inaingia. And then mkono mwingine inashikilia barrel kusupport bunduki yangu. What if in a scenario when I'm supposed to fire and pull you with me? Si lazima ulearn kufanya hii stuff. So watu wa gym walikuwa comfortable. Watu wengine wenye kidogo fitness imawailud wali have kukatch up. Kwa hakuna mtu tulikuwa tunatuma nyumbani or other production, hakuna mtu production ilikuwa naambia uwezi. Ilikuwa wake up in the morning, go to the range, pick your weapon.
So basically kitu unyo try kuambia actors and actresses fitness.
Tuanze tu na fitness.
And then hakuna venye mtu anaweza kuja tu leo tumefanya kesho niko set.
Ni ngumu. Kuna watu wameiva to that point. But now that's the hiyo ni ile 1%. That's why tuna have to focus on the other side. Because more or less tuna have to deal na the other 99%.
So mimi nataka ubrace yourself because right now you're in the hot seat. Hizo maswali zilikuwa tukikuuliza sasa zilikuwa tu za kawaida. Lazima sasa tuingie kwa personal life ya huyu jamaa tujue anaishiaje.
Personal life yangu inakuhusu aje though.
But una mafans huko nje na wanataka kujua because mimi siwezi kuwa dem na kuja kuact na wewe na sikujui ama unakuja kunitrain.
Mimi si msanii bro. Mimi ni stunt coordinator, mimi funza.
Mimi siwezi kuja kuact na mtu mwenye sijui.
By the way acha nikwambie sijaisikia mtu anaenda shule ana interview mwalimu ati ajue mwalimu ni nani ndo amfunze. Unaona Daggie, wewe ndo unataka kufunzwa. It's the who wants.
Alright, so whether you like it or not.
Usikubali kiburi yako ama uoga yako iopose ndoto zako zikuwe achieve.
Lazima watu wakujue. So swali ya kwanza. Ushaitwa mtu kutu?
Pass.
I like the way you're thinking. Anyway, Kenyan nilikuwa tunatry kukuuliza ni ati wase kama wamerust yani kwa stance. Sana kuuliza ushaimtoa kutu yani. Nishaifunza watu wakaiva stunts. Next. Are you planning to have children soon?
That's none of your business, bro.
So tu yani unalak tu courage kusema wewe ni tasa.
Mimi sio tasa. Tasa ni nini?
Tasa ni msea hizi za.
Hata nimekataa before nijue ni nini.
Tasa ni msea hizi za. Na tasa ni dem, yani uko na umama venye tu umezeesha. Well guys, imekuwa moto sana yani manze. Tulianza tu on a cool ground tukiuliza msee tu swali za kawaida yani kuhusu job yake. Tumeweza kulana a lot both professionally and both pia personally kujua stuntmen wanakuangaje, especially mse kama Miki, a good guy, a very professional guy mwenye amewak na wase tofauti in different production, teaching people how to do productive movies outside there, because watu uingia set wanataka kufight, wanataka kujua vitu mob, lakini they don't know the process, the nitty-gritties when it comes to producing these movies, and we've learned a lot. Tunamshukuru, but next time nita make sure tumemuuliza hizi swali personal ndio tuweze tumjue deep, yani mtu aina gani, anafanya nini, ameoa, for those ladies who are looking forward to have somebody who is or somebody who has an experience like him. Itakuwa poa sana tukimjua deeper, ama vipi? Thank you very much. Hii imekuwa show moja fiti sana. Next time tupatane, Kaa Hapo. Tungoje, tutakuletea vitu moja safi sana. Thank you.